So now we're gonna take what we did, and you guys, we're gonna apply it to real world, okay? So we can do, what does it really mean to find the maximum and the minimum? So we're gonna take it, we're gonna create our own lines now, then we're gonna graph it, we're gonna find those vertices, and we're gonna find our own optimization equation. So we have to read this little problem. So each week, Mackenzie can make 10 to 25 necklaces and 15 to 40 pairs of earrings. If she earns profits of $3 on each pair of earrings and $5 on each necklace, and she plans to sell at least 30 pieces of jewelry, how can she maximize her profit? Okay, so we need to first give some variables, right? So we know that we're going to graph them, so we're going to give them an X and a Y. So what do we want X to represent? Do we want the X to represent the earrings or the necklaces? What? The necklaces. So we're going to say X is necklaces. So wherever we see an X, we're going to think that those are necklaces. And Y is going to mean earrings, right? So how many necklaces can Mackenzie make? 10, between 10 and 25, right? So just like that one that we did, the very first example we did, X was in between. So we know that Mackenzie can make between 10 and 25 necklaces. How many earrings can Mackenzie make? Between 15 and 40. Okay, so the profit that they were talking about is actually, that's going to be our optimization. And she says she plans to sell at least 30 pieces of jewelry. So we have one more equation. The profit, anytime you see profit, that's going to be our optimization equation. We need to come up with our one more equation. So she says that she's going to sell some necklaces and some earrings, and she's going to sell at least 30 of them. And now we're going to write, so this was how many necklaces she can make, this is how many earrings she can make, this is how much she wants to sell. And now we're going to come up with our profit, okay? Or our optimization equation. So how much can she make for her earrings? So for earrings, she can make $3. So that would be 3Y, correct? And how much does she make per necklace? Okay, so that, do you guys see how that profit, that our profit is, so if you have that equation, that gives you your max point and it will give you your min point. These are your three lines. So she can make between 10 and 25 necklaces, between 15 and 40 earrings, and then she wants to sell at least 30. So we need to do we're going to graph all of these lines to find the feasible region. So that is where that graph comes in. So how do we want to label it? Because our numbers are pretty big. And I gave you, I think we could count by fives, right? And we'll count the bottom along with fives too. So this is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95. 100. Oh, it's too bad the Y's wasn't a little bit bigger, right? We could have counted by twos. Okay, so now the X between 10 and 25. So the X is going to be a straight line, right? We're going to go through. And I need to put this as necklaces. So this is where my necklaces are. And this is where my earrings are. Okay. And then I'm going to draw another line at 25. And we know we're going to shade in between there. Not very dark, okay? So now I'm going to draw a solid line at 15. So I'm counting by 5, so this would be 15. And then I want it to be 40, so 40 is right here. And I know I want it somewhere in between. And this is looking to be a little bit darker. So I had to rewrite this equation. Now, I could have done it, I could have graphed the x and y intercept. We could do it that way as well. The y intercept would be 0, 30. The x intercept would be 30, 0. So we could do that. You want to graph it by the x and y intercepts, or do you want to graph it with the slope intercept form? The x and y intercepts, because you can just plug in 0 for x and solve for y. You can plug in 0 for y and solve for x. So that's what I'm going to do. Or you can solve it like that. So y is greater than 30 when x is 0. And when y is 0, so I'm going to go to 0, 30 and put an ordered pair. I'm going to go here, and it's going to be a solid line as well. So you're going to shade above the line, right? And can you guys see where you're going to shade at? This place right here.